Alrighty, everybody, we are live. I'm going to mute the mic here in just a second. This is Tyler with Overton Events. We're going to go ahead and get this thing going so that way you guys can share it with everybody. Go ahead and share it on your page and everybody else. I hope the audio tonight is better. We'll go ahead and mute the mic on the other side. So you guys just hang out. It starts at 4:30. Start it. Thank you. Alrighty, guys, we got a minute left till it starts. I'm going to go ahead and unmute the mic, leave it going, and then we're going to get out of the way and let things start.
Stephen, there was a very, very important section that Taylor failed to get into the packet, and it is the tax levy resolution and the appropriating resolution. And I had one copy and I gave it to Darwin, and he will need to add it into the meeting. Because do you need to sit here?
I had a do-rag in my pocket, or a handkerchief. I don't know where it's at.
Do you think Patrick knew to be here at 4:30? You know, because he never.
Jackson County, we could open the window. Did
We
I,
can't.
did I tell you about the time we were down there in weather like this? And the window was open. Now, I wasn't there, but this is the story the court reporter told me, because she was there. Now, the window's open. A bird flew in and got in the hair. It was back during those days that they had got in the hair of the court reporter. And I said, well, at least it didn't doo-doo in your hair. Wouldn't that be awful? But I do remember being down there in court when they had to open the window.
Yeah, that courthouse, it always stunk.
Yeah, it was a bad one. Are they still using it?
Yeah. Hopefully they fumigated it.
I was afraid that the stairwell was going to fall down.
And it really stinks, you know.
Yeah.
And the Willow Inn.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started with the meeting. If everybody would please rise. We're going to do the prayer and the pledge of allegiance.
Mr. Stephen Barlow's going to lead us in prayer tonight.
Everybody would, please bow with us. Heavenly Father, Lord, we gather here today, and your presence be filled in this room. We ask you to bless our minds, Lord Father, that when we get to lead, Lord Father, we're leading your people. We know that, we understand that, we know that we have consequences for our decisions that we make, and we know that there's a lot of people here. But we're asking for peace and understanding to come over this court today, Lord Father. We're asking for everybody to get into one mind and one accord. We're asking your Spirit to be present with us today. As we make these decisions, we focus on you, Lord Father. Please bless us as we go forward. We ask you to be with our leaders here today and the ones that's came. This heat that we've had, just keep us safe from that. We've asked you this in your heavenly sweet name. Amen.
Follow me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody be seated.
Darwin Clark is going to be officiating the meeting and the hearing.
All right, folks, this part of it right here is going to be the public hearing part of it. We're going to give everybody that we can time to speak, have any questions about the budget. There'll be an opportunity for y'all to do that. What I'd like for you all to do is that who has the question, come to the podium, tell them which district you're from, which part of the county you're from, and then you'll be able to go ahead and ask your question or whatever you have to say, and we're going to allow you 2 to 3 minutes to say what you need to say, so we can give time for everybody to speak that needs to speak. Once we're done with the public hearing, we'll move right into the business meeting. So, anybody that wants to go first, raise your hand. All right, Ms. Lois, you're the first one since you're here tonight.
Where is it you want me?
Right here.
First of all, I want to ask every commissioner to vote no on this land tax raise. Because they raised them last year, the state did. This is what I've been told. And they're gonna reassess them next year. And they're gonna go up again. And I don't agree with this $3 across the board raise. I don't mean anything toward anybody, except I think the ambulance service and the sheriff's department should get more. Because I've seen a lot of county workers just sitting under a shade tree doing nothing. And they don't need $1 to do that. And these people's lives are in danger every day. They put their life on the line. And I want them back. The ambulance and the sheriff's department.
Now, what is
What is your name?
Lois Almond Road.
On the road. Is that all you have, Lois?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, thank you. All right, next, come on up. State your name and which part of the county you're from. Which
Oh, I'm
district?
from Rickman, I forgot.
That's okay.
I'm from Rickman. My name's Kathy Smith. And I'm like her, I'm asking all the commissioners to vote no on this. My land taxes doubled last year. So There's people in this county that can't afford them to go up anymore. What about the elderly? I mean, you've got to look at all the people in this county. This is a poor county. And I just don't think it's right. I'm like Lois. I think the sheriff's department and ambulance people, they put their life on the line every day. And I don't think that the rest of them should get a $3 raise. I think it needs to go to the sheriff's department and the ambulance service. And this paying off for the death of that man at the jail, I don't think that should be put up on the people here in Overton County.
Amen.
That's right. It's just not right. I mean, if you kill somebody, you should be held accountable for that, in my opinion. Because Mayor, you one got out here and killed somebody, we'd be held accountable.
Amen. That's right.
So, I just don't agree with this. I don't. Thank you all.
All right, we get to the phone up.
Roy Deputy Monroe. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Some of the things I was going to say, some people have already said. I don't know what the situation was with the death at the jail, but I don't think that should be put on all the people of Overton County. We didn't do anything. Whoever's responsible needs to take responsibility. If that's settled already, the county needs to handle it without taxing the people. That's a ridiculous situation. The second thing I've heard is for inflation. Well, inflation doesn't go up 35%, so I can see 5% or something like that for inflation. That's reasonable. And, what's that? Oh. And the third one is the $3 an hour raise. Could you imagine if you got a job at McDonald's and they said you got a $3 an hour raise? You thought you died and went to heaven. I think that's a lot of a raise. It's a big raise. And listen, I work with a lot of people in the county, and everybody's great. You know, they do their job. There's people I see, and they're conscientious. But I know in every business there's some dead weight. And I think before you give raises, you need to go through and audit, somebody independently audit and see, are there 3 people leaning on a shovel and 1 person shoveling? And if there are people that need to go, if there are people that need to go, let them go, and then give their pay to the other people to get a raise. And keep good people getting a raise, especially law enforcement and whatnot, that take care of us. So I'm definitely against this size of an increase. It's ridiculous. In fact, it's criminal. It's actually criminal to do property tax because we already bought it. But anyway, thank you.
Oh, Lordy. Double check.
I'll bail you out.
Count to 10 before you start.
I'll get you next. Start. Go ahead.
I'm against it 100%.
Tell them where you're from.
I'm from Hardest Chapel, the big city of Hardest Chapel. Hey! I'm not ashamed of it. I am ashamed, though, of our roads. But I don't think this big of a tax thing is necessary. Somebody needs to be held accountable for where all of our money is being spent in this county. You can raise the taxes, but you're going to put all the small businesses out of business. So you know what that means? We will be hightailing it to court for sure to shop them. Then you'll be losing your sales tax fund. And then we'll be back up here again.
What's your name?
Debbie Allen.
The nursing home people.
Yeah, and they say it's a raise for all the way across the board. I worked at the nursing home. My check was an Overton County check. If you're going to give one a raise, let it be all the way across the board, like you said. As far as the sheriff's office, the ambulance people go, I agree 100%. I wouldn't care to give them a $5 raise. But it ought to be the sheriff and the ambulance workers, not everybody. Not just one sitting behind the desk doing nothing.
Amen.
sir. My name is Scott Deathridge. I live close to Netherland Church on 111, which I think puts me in Rickman, but I'm confused because I got the crazy Cookville address. I understand it takes money to run a government. The state of Missouri sends me a retirement check every month, for which I appreciate. I know you need the money. I'm going to tell you a way that I know that our county back in Missouri funded law enforcement and these other things that I think is much fair. Look at a quarter or a tenth or an eighth of a percent sales tax. Don't put it on all of us that live in this county. Let everybody that comes here and goes to the lake and spends $1 give you part of that money, because Lord knows you deserve everything you take. Also,
We tried it 2 years ago on the ballot and it was voted against, so we've tried that once.
why isn't this on the ballot? Okay,
This man has the floor.
I'm just telling you, there's alternatives. And based on this crowd, I'm telling you, everybody in here would vote for an eighth of a percent sales tax over a 35% real estate tax. The homeowners and the landowners paying this. Anybody in this room that rents, if this goes through, get ready for your rent to go up, because them landlords ain't gonna accept it on their own.
I'm sorry, folks, it's hot in here. They're doing everything they can to cool it off. It ain't gonna work. Then I'll get you here. Go ahead, spec your name and where you're from.
My name's Elliot Bowman. I believe I live in District 1.
Elliot Bowman?
Yes, sir. I'm a young fella. I don't know a lot of things, but I do know that property is bought and sold in Overton County every day, and taxes is paid on it. I don't understand why people pay taxes every year on something that they already own. So deciding about an increase on a tax that shouldn't be in there in the first place, in my opinion, is the wrong way to go about this, because it shouldn't exist anyways. Second thing, and I'll try to be short. I was raised that if you can't afford something, you don't buy it. If you want to afford something that you can't afford, you find other income or you do without somewhere else. And that's what I propose here. I recommend voting no on this. Thank you.
Hey everyone, my name's Robert King. My family and I just moved here to Livingston last year. We live out on Airport Road and everything. And, you know, I'm a disabled veteran. I already spend every single bit of my disability check going towards home payments and everything else. I ain't got any more to give. I have to go out and hustle 2 to 3 different jobs right now just to make ends meet. And I've got a wife who has cancer and is on the verge of losing her damn eyesight. Excuse my language.
Please don't cuss.
That's why I said excuse it. But, you know, we can do better. This 35% increase just to property alone? Why? I get we need money, I get that. But take it from the stuff that doesn't need instead of from the people that do. There's no reason any of us good people should be charged when others are getting increases. Look at the people who already have enough. That's all I got.
Thank you. If I missed you, I didn't mean to.
Hello, I'm Danny Wayne Stewart. I live towards Alpine, outside 52 out here, about 2 miles out of Livingston. Folks, I want to tell you something. I lived on my residence for 21 years. And I don't think you all don't need a raise. My road has not been paved over 21 years. And I try to get my road paid for services. Why do I need to pay land taxes if my house is paid for? I paid my house off in 8 years flat and everything I own. Folks, I'm gonna tell you something. I work at Purdue Farms. I've been here for about 15 years. I make almost $18 an hour. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is a disgrace. I don't like it. And I know you people don't like it either.
Amen.
And I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna say this. If you vote for this, we can vote you in, but we can vote you out. And I'm gonna say something. Out of provision is the power of cure. Now folks, come on down. I went to college for 4 years. I mean, my 16-year-old, I mean, he's pretty smart. And you know, he can outsmart me. And he says, Daddy, we don't need this land increase. You pay enough. I said, son, I know it. What they need to do, the people that's got their homes and everything paid for do not have to pay the property tax.
Amen.
And the one who does have land property, pay it. But just go up back 2, 3, 4%. Don't go up 35%. I'm going to tell you something. If you do, I'll guarantee you, these people here in Overton County, you're going to lose your votes. I promise you that. Trust me. I'm pretty smart. I know. So that's all I got to say. Have a good evening. Thank you.
Anybody else? Just stand up right there, Lord.
Okay. I don't know why you can't raise the sales tax and maybe add on to the wheel tax. Because if you don't, you're not gonna get everybody in this county. You've got these deadheads laying around here sponging off of everybody, but yet they buy drinks, they buy.
Exactly.
So they need to be put in this too, not all the landowners. Because we've carried them long enough. I mean, it's not even reasonable.
What is her name?
Lois on, Drew. That's the one that spoke first, Miss.
Gerald Wendell raised his hand.
Ron Meyer, office, I live here in Livingston. Ron. Talked about sheriff's department, ambulance, what about firefighters, those cities. And another subject, you're gonna put a lot of senior citizens in harm's way. I mean, they're not gonna be able to afford this. So, I mean, you're gonna start foreclosing properties on them? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm 73 years old and I work part-time. I don't think we need a 35% tax increase. Thank you.
So what's your name?
It's MEYPRHOLZ.
The windows won't open up. They're sealed.
My name's Gerald Wendell. I'm a lifelong resident of Overton County. Most people here works hard. We're not the richest county, and we're not to be comparable cool. And I think our county executive does that, which I think is wrong. We don't have the revenue equal to that, or the means. And I don't think it's right to just tax the landowners or people that's got property. It needs to go all the way across the board where it's even. 35% is stupid. That's what it is. It's not ridiculous, it's stupid. And I'm gonna tell you, whoever brought it up, they need to be put out of office. Whoever for it, get ready, it's coming, you're out. Yes. Yeah.
10 more minutes. Anybody else? Before the public hearing, come on up there.
afternoon, gentlemen. My name is Michael Trainer. I live here in Livingston. I've been living here about 2 years now, and I still have a lot to learn about the city and the county. A couple of things that I haven't been able to figure out yet, and is that we have a small county, but we have Livingston Police, we have Sheriff's Department. Now, these are all services that are necessary. We need policing, we need fire, we need ambulance services. But it seems to me that these kind of services for a county of, 23,000 people should be consolidated. I hear we need something about a new health department. Aren't there any buildings that could be rehabilitated for the purpose? All the services for a county this size should be maximized. We need to consolidate, put things into one area so that every penny that's spent could be used in the wisest possible manner. I think that the budget should be audited and checked for any waste. And I also agree that that the people who are the property owners, although maybe they having a little bit more than some of the others should pay a bit more, that we shouldn't have to pay for everything. That the entire group should have to pay a fair share for the services that they receive. And that's all I have to say, and I thank you for your attention.
Howdy, folks. My name's Chester Milton. I resigned pretty much here in Overton County my whole life, 57 years. Tonight, I've come up here and want to know why we're raising property taxes 35%. Can somebody tell me that? What's the deal? Is it because someone got killed in Overton County Jail? Because the law wasn't doing their job protecting the people that's in there? Seems to me like somebody needs to be doing some training. If you're going to have a job in the department like that, you need to go to school and be trained on how to handle yourself. It don't make no difference. At my job, I'm trained to do my job. And I have to see over maybe sometimes as much as 100 men. But I'm that person in charge. And I ain't talking about a $5 million job. I'm talking about sometimes $20 or $30 million job. Just my part. Now, a 35-cent property tax increase, a lot of people can't afford that. Their farms and stuff is all they've got. Their homes is what they got. And all people says, well, rent. I don't do nothing but rent. What's going to happen to the people who has to raise their property taxes on the renters? The rent's going to go up too. Who's going to subsidize that? Me, for 37 years, I worked for the same company. I drive 200 miles a day to work, Nashville, Tennessee, because there's no jobs in Overton County that'll pay me what I make. Where's the jobs at? Why don't we have better jobs here in Overton County? And as far as paying people, what does the sheriff make a year? At least $100,000 a year. County mayor, what does he make a year? All the people in here want to know one thing. The county, they think these county jobs that people's got, sheriff, the mayors and stuff like that don't pay much. It pays a lot of money. The employees may not make that much money. The people that drive the ambulances over, they don't make much money. But everybody expects them people to come get them when they have a car wreck or they're laying out with a stroke or something like that. Yes, they need to be taken care of. I'll agree to that. But at some point in time, you can't come in here and tell us that you're going to raise 35% on a farm. Right now, people are coming in from California. They're giving $6,500 to $15,000 for an acre of ground. Not worth it. Well, my farm's sitting right beside that. It's going to jerk my price of my land up too. So therefore, I have to pay the same property tax. That's not right. I mean, this year's a lot to go into it. John, what would you do if you had 500 acres, if you had to pay taxes on it?
I don't know if I could afford that.
You'd have to sell it. You'd have to sell it. I mean, is that what they want us to do here in Overton County, sell everything we got and go here and live in housing projects? Because it costs me about $70 a day in gas to drive to Nashville and back home. And they tell me there's a certain percentage of gas money spent here in Overton County if we buy our fuel here for the county roads and stuff. Go down Campground Road there. Somebody's went out there and marked the holes in the road. They marked the holes in the road for the county to come through and to us. The trees and stuff is laying out in the roads. The sides of the roads ain't been mowed or bush hogged. Look at it. This is how our county money's been spent. But people, if you ain't got the money to pay for your land tax stuff, they're going to take your farms and what you got and your home, everything that you got. And people who own fixed incomes, most people around here who's older now, I'm talking about 75 and 80-year-old, they have never made a job, probably making over $10 or $12 an hour. Yeah, but let me tell you something other. My neighbor has solar power hooked up to batteries and stuff, rigged up from the junkyard over here. Okay? He's pumping water across the road down through there in a holding tank to drink his water out of. He lives in a house with no air conditioner. He dug water lines through the hole in the yard for some kind of geothermal pumping system. He's 80-year-old, him and his wife out there cutting and busting firewood so they can have wood to heat their house with. He's got a dryer hooked up to turn on a battery, and the heat blows off a wood stove to dry his clothes. Now this is the kind of people living here in Overton County. So I'm telling you, 35% pay raise, not holding it yet. But I also know you've got to train them. And you can hire someone off the street, 18, 19-year-old, put a gun on their hands and say, here boy, we're gonna be a CO officer. And take them back in there and put them in the boys. They're not in jail because they're stealing candy. Hell, they're in jail because they're doing stuff that they need to be put in jail for. And you either need to be big enough, to take it and handle yourself in there, or have enough in there to take care of it. Am I right?
Oh, you're right. You're definitely right.
I mean, I know sheriffs that I don't think Herman Moody, did he ever pack a gun? No. I don't think, I don't see most of the people around here do like they do today. And you know, and I understand that someone got killed up here in jail. Is that right?
Not exactly.
Well, anyway, how much money did it cost the people over the county?
The county settled for a payment over time of, I think, $1.3 million.
$1.3 million right there.
3.5 million. 3.5. The insurance paid too.
Okay, insurance did, but the county is out.
Oh, yeah, 1.3.
So that means it's the people, it ain't the county, it's the people here paying this. Like I say, 200 miles a day to Nashville and back. And I'm gonna tell you something, I'm not fussing. I've been, how many times I've been in your office? And I bet you have dread seeing me walk through that door. That's all I got to say, folks. Thank you.
Don't worry, Norm. Over here.
Come on up. Come on up. Well, you two, come on. This way, the other, yeah, go ahead.
Jason Cantrell from up on Muddy Pond.
Jason Cantrell.
Yep. I just wondered how you think this is fair. I own like over 4,200 acres. And I've created, Cub Mountain ATV Park, and there are people comes in from 15, 16 different states to spend money here. Now the sales tax, I can understand that because stuff has went up. But the land taxes, Lord have mercy. That's like, you can imagine what I'm going to pay. And then I've got like 15 vehicles I pay wheel tax on. That was supposed to be used for so long and then stopped. Now, I don't even remember when it started, so it's been here forever. But where did this, and then my kids, I homeschool them. So you're getting every bit of my money there for the wheel tax that I ain't getting nothing out of, and I ain't complaining, I'm just saying, though, you know, to spend the money wisely. Then like a lot of these offices up here, you know, they get 2 personal days paid every month. And if they don't use them, they can build up. Now, my employees don't get that. And I know some of you got employees. If you don't do your employees the same benefits as you're voting in on the county here, you know, your employees need to quit you. Because I would never vote for something that I would not give for my employees. And I just think we need to, and then like the stadium over here, all that money, I know it's 50 years old, but that means you'd have had 50 years to pay for it, out of commission, or out of all your concessions and all the people coming in here. If it ain't worth it, if it ain't gonna pay for itself in 50 years, we don't need it. We gotta cut it. We gotta cut spending, and that's just all it is.
What's your name?
My name is Michael Kirkpatrick from Allens.
Hey, Michael.
I'm a retired federal law enforcement officer, so I'm all for increases for law enforcement and EMS and what have you. But 35% is confiscatory. This is not New York, this is not California. Our forefathers had a tea party. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your tea party.
Amen. Y'all welcome to stay, and again, I apologize for being. I got 2 more, darling. 2 more? Yeah. Who? Where they?
Me? Can I come up?
We'll do these 2, and then we'll have to move into the meeting. One up,
All right, look, everybody's up here talking. My name's Betty Lundeen. I live in Richmond. I don't know which part. I just live in Richmond. By Dry Hollow, is that right there? I just want to know, is this about what happened at the police department? Y'all are all scooting around it and nobody will tell us. Do we got to pay the $1.3 million? I can't afford no more. I own a trucking company. You know how many taxes I pay? And I'm going to pay for this? If this is the police department's fault, then they need to get trained. No offense, John, do not get mad. Then they need to get trained in how to deal with the mentally disabled people or the mentally, you know. But I want to know, is it about the $1.3 million? Can y'all tell me? Exactly. Then why is it our fault to pay it? That's their fault. That's their fault. They should have been trained better. Huh?
To protect the deputies, is what I was told.
I just wanted to know, you know, I just don't think it's right. A lot of people can't afford it. I've lived here 10 years, and all I've seen is all the stuff that the city, and I got told to shut up 500 times. But now I just want to know about this $1.3 million. I don't think it's fair to us. That's it.
Thank you. State your name and where you're from, please.
My name is Martha Selby. I'm from Hardy's Chapel.
Martha Selby?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, my question is, why does the landowners have to be punished, and why is it coming from just us? Why not a sales tax?
I'm Robbie Cole. I'm from the Allens District, and I have a couple of questions, actually. As far as the wheel tax sticker goes, I've been researching that one, and we built that high school in 1976, and that's been 48 years. And you tell me we ain't paid off $4 million? I found out that that's an open loan. We keep adding to it, so we'll never get it paid off. So why are we doing this? Deceit. This is deceitfulness. You know that, right? The public don't know about this. And I don't know how you manage to live with yourself if you go along with this, because you're just as guilty as he is. Because he plainly said, Thursday night in your meeting, he plainly said that it don't matter what these people say, you know what you better vote. Now what does that say? That's wrong. That's wrong on every one of you on this part. You said it's on camera. I went back and watched it twice. And also, for the record, you said before you got mayor, you cared about these people. You wanted to know what they thought. I don't know what you sold out for, but these people will not I got $100,000 a year. This lawsuit, I obey the laws. I pay my taxes. I do everything right that I'm supposed to do, according to my Lord. But I will not plant a seed in corruption when you're over there killing people. You committed that murder. You absolutely did. And you think I want to give them people that sit on top of that man $3 more? Absolutely not. And by the way, that wasn't the first time, because the first one, I had to go to Nashville to pick up the body to bring it back to give to the mom that died in that jail. So absolutely not. That's wrong. This whole town is corrupt, and it's time for these people to know about
My name is Colleen Tuck. I'm in the 5th District, and I don't know how I could top what's been said. I do have a couple of additional requests for the commissioners. When you speak in a public meeting, please speak up so that when these recordings come forward and go on the internet, there's no question about your motive, because it looks a little suspicious. And I know many of you. I know you have your loud voice. Some of you don't. Please speak up so we can hear what you're saying. Is there an opportunity or not to go back and revisit this budget? Yes or no?
Yes.
Is there? One time. Okay. That is my recommendation based on what I heard, is you guys go back and revisit the budget. And the last thing I want to say is whoever voted to have these commissions in this courthouse, which is historical and beautiful, knowing we have a brand new building down here, shame on you.
Well, thank y'all for your thoughts on this, and we appreciate you all. Darwin? Yes, sir.
Got a question. I can't hear you.
Go ahead. We're gonna have to cut it off though, we're gonna get into a meeting here for a second. Come on up.
Well, I think that's your paycheck, is that all right? Yeah,
Commissioners, I just got one question. Whose idea was this anyway?
Good question.
Was it yours?
Get out.
Have a little pride. Let's go.
They can't even back them up for their own amount.
What was that, Darwin?
I didn't get your name.
Hello, I'm Abigail Selby. I'm from Allen's. Abigail Selby. I'm from Allen's. I had some questions about the health department. How much of money will be going for the proposed new health department? How much is going for the land? I have the last page of the budget here with some numbers on it, but I just had questions. Can I ask questions?
The nurse for the
The,
health
health
department.
department, yes.
There's a grant for $6 million for the state of Tennessee, which is federal money that's been handed to the county to build a new health department. We could have done a remodel over there at the other place, but it was recommended by the health department folks that we do a rebuild because the building is 40 years old. It's built from 1984. So what was done is that this money, this been wanting this built for the last 4 or 5 years. We've been waiting on the state to turn the money for 4 or 5, 6 years. And so they finally got to Overton County, because I think they've been doing this all across the state with this federal money. So what money that we had to match with it came from COVID, that we had from the COVID time. That money can only be used for health things is what it was for. So we saved that money, so we used that money for a match for this $6 million. Now, the state didn't want us to turn down the $6 million to get a brand new building for free. So that's the reason why the health departments came up, because it's a federal grant through the state of Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that, it's for Overton County, and this is a one-time deal. If we don't build the health department now, we won't get a new health department. So that's the reason why the health department became an issue.
Does that include the land?
Pardon?
Does that include the land?
That includes 5.5 acres of land, is what it includes.
Where's the other million? This says 5 million.
Pardon?
Where's the other million? This paper that I got from them says 5 million.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying that.
I don't know what's that is.
We talked about $6 million. That's just additional. I think we got some additional money on top of that $5 million, is what happened. They had some money left over from some other health departments they were building, so I think they split between us and 3 other counties, is what they done. So we wound up having $6 million. But it didn't increase our match. Our match is the same with the COVID money that didn't come out of taxpayers' money whatsoever, other than what was sent down from Washington when they had the COVID money. And of course, that's probably taxpayers' money too, to the federal government, but there's no local tax money.
No local tax going towards
for that 5.5 acres and the health department.
Okay.
Okay.
And I have a lot of respect for first responders, but a lot of, I don't know, through town you'll see there's posters up, there's Chancery Court auctions, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's farms and houses that are being sold because the property owners weren't able to pay their taxes. And that is, I mean, today there's signs up. They go on the World Wide Web, anybody in the world can get those farms. And they're gone they're out of Overton County forever. I know it's hard on farmers. Farmers' life is hard. It's just, to me, it's really sad to see. I just really like to see Overton County stay as close to the way it's been for as long as it can. All right, thank you.
Anybody else?
I just want to ask one question. If you already have the money for the health department in that land, that other land that y'all are wanting to purchase for $400,000, hoping something would come in, when you go to the grocery store, do you gather up your groceries and push them up there and hope something will come in that'll pay for your groceries? You know?
It don't come in for me.
How you doing? My name is Michael Sells. How y'all doing today?
Michael Sells?
Yes, sir. It's nice to see you. My question is, where's representation for the people? You're raising the taxes on the landowners. Who's representing the people in this matter? Because you're talking about federal grants, but when you're dealing with the federal government and you're abusing disabled people that are federally protected by the Americans with Disabilities Act, and the county's involved, you're messing with federal government grants and your ability to get them, and you're charging the taxpayers money on it when it's not the taxpayers' fault, sir. The government's involved, you can't do much about it, but it's not the people's fault, and they deserve representation and a lawyer.
Thank you.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Well, he was right to his point.
Hi, my name is Lori Vagrant, and I'm from Richmond.
Lori.
And I just have a question of what I don't understand. I've been here 10 years, love this community, love the people, but since I've been here in 10 years, the amount of new homes that's been built, in my subdivision alone, at least 10, that's revenue. That's more people that are taxed that you didn't have before. So how many new homes have been built in this county alone that people have to pay taxes? Two things you can't avoid, death and taxes. So where's all the money for all these homes that's been built? They gotta pay tax just like everybody else. So why is there such an increase in the 35%? I don't understand that. And not only that, it's pretty pathetic where I'm sitting, there's a piece of board on the floor that you can tell has been sitting there for who knows how long because it's soaking wet. You don't have nobody to pick that up? I mean, is the budget that bad?
Anybody else? Anybody else? Come on up here, please. What? Your name again?
Ron Meyer Holtz.
Ron.
You have EMS director and 911 director?
Yes.
Is that the same person?
Yep. Pardon?
Is that the same person?
Well, now they're right now he's just the interim, but Mr. Barlow can answer that.
Is-
that question.
Is he getting paid 2 salaries?
He is not. 911 is not a county position.
I know, but it's,
Right now, he's getting paid hourly. He's not on salary because he's an interim. The interim position, he was an assistant whenever the previous director stepped down. He became the interim because he was the assistant director at the time.
but he's collected 2 salaries.
He's collecting 1 salary from the county. There's no law against having 2 jobs.
No, but I'm just saying, you know.
He's only collecting 1 paycheck from the county on that side.
Okay.
And then he's an emergency management director as well.
And that covers several counties, I know.
That covers, that job only pays like $6,000 a year. But that's for when emergencies happen in our county to help for the cleanup and calling in TEMA, and he deals with the federal side of that thing and the state side for TEMA and federal and things like that. So,
Okay, thank you.
yes.
Anybody care to speak?
Anybody else want to speak?
Come on up.
My name is Denise Smith,
Denise Smith.
and I live here in this city. And I've been in this city 40-something years. I've been in this county all my life, which is 60 plus. I don't think it's right that we raise the taxes that much. I completely understand. They need to go up. We need to pay people. I'm not against anybody getting a raise. But why do $3? That's a lot for taxes to go up, okay? Then my city taxes are going up. So I'm hit 2 ways. And then next year when they come in and redo it all, they're going up again. So I'm hit 3 ways. I live on a fixed income. My husband and I both live on fixed incomes. It's hard, guys. It's hard. So I appreciate if y'all would vote no on it.
The director just sent me a text and said they're gonna stage an ambulance outside, so if you get to feeling sick or anything, let us know and we'll get you down to the ambulance center for the heat. But it's about 91 degrees in here. The air's going, it's wide open.
Checking out? All right.
Go ahead.
So my name's Ronnie Bright, and my family was blessed 3 years ago to become residents of Ronnie.
Ron.
Yeah. Residents of Overton County. We love the area, and thank you folks for accepting us. I really appreciate all your hospitality. But has anybody been to the grocery store lately? Okay.
Yeah.
Folks are hurting. This is not the time. It really isn't. So what do all these hard folks have to do? They have to look at their budgets and they have to spend the money accordingly. And that's where I think we are as far as the county as well at the moment. I don't mind giving people a raise. I think police officers are the most underpaid, unappreciated job you could possibly ever have, and I love you for it. I really do. Folks are hurting. They're hurting. Look at these hardworking folks. They worked so hard all these years to have what they have, and with inflation and everything going on, it's really hard to make ends meet without a raise like this. So I think you should look at it and see where all these people are. It's not good right now. So thank you.
Thank you, Ron.
quick. My wife talked to her brother the other night on the telephone. I think it was last night. My wife's brother lives in Massachusetts, other side of Boston. You know what? He lives in a little 2-story house, a little bitty dry parking lot, put one in, his other car put out. You know how much a year he pays in property taxes? $8,000 a year. And he asked me, he said, how much do you pay for your property taxes? I said, I pay about $140, $150 a year. And he laughed. I live in subdivision, so but my house other things paid. But he told me, he said, cost of living's high for, but he said, imagine paying nearly $8,000 a year in property taxes on that little bitty 2-story house. So cost of living's high for. So I thought you could.
My name is Johnny Manning. I retired and moved up here a few years ago from Florida thinking that, well, I'll move up here, it'll be a little bit less expensive to live. And my home that I had 2 acres and a 1,200 square foot home in Florida, and the taxes were $500 a year. So I bought me 11 acres and built a house on it, and now I'm looking at the taxes being almost $2,000 a year, on top of groceries and everything else. It's just crazy. I think we as a country need to have another Tea Party and revolt against all these extra taxes and stuff. I mean, it's every time we turn around, everything's going up. Not only they tripled my assessment this year, now y'all are going to raise the taxes on that assessment even. And then next year's another year, they're going to go up again. There's some point we have to say enough is enough. I mean, groceries, gas, everything. I'm looking at probably having to go back to work just to be able to eat and such. You know, so I think all of us together, if you pay taxes, you need to say enough is enough. And I'm not running for an office for anything, but if I have to get everybody fired up and stirred up, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have to do something and take our country back.
My name's David Hammond Rickman. I just want to, are these all elected officials that are voting? And so you're supposed to be doing what the people want, and obviously the people's telling you what they want. Why are we having this conversation? Some coward in here brought this up, and they're too ashamed to say they're the ones brought it up because they know they won't be back in office. So I mean, what are we talking about? 35%. We all pay taxes. We do it. We do it every year. But 35%. It's insane.
What's your name, sir?
David Hammond Rickman.
Thank you, David. All right. If there are no other questions, we need to move into our business. All right. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Randall Boswell. Here. Roger Carr.
I got a question here, brother. Wait just a second. Do roll call.
Jesse Bowman. Here. Geraldine Walker. Here. Philip Talley. Here. Lee Richards. Here. Patrick McCurdy. Here. Jeff Long. Here. Robbie Melton. Here. Shane Walker. Here. Donna Savage. Here. Cindy Robbins. Here. Gil McCowen. Here. Darwin Clark. Here. Greg Nivens. Here.
All 15. All 15 present. Who had a question?
Right here.
Go ahead, sir.
I have a question for that man there, standing here listening to all this stuff about what they want to do. How much do you make a year?
How much do I make? I think it's this year it was assessed at 95,000 and some change.
How much?
95,000 and some change.
95,000?
And that is not set by the county, sir. Elected officials in each county, their salaries are set by the state of Tennessee.
So you don't have to take that.
Sure, I mean, he's telling the truth, it's based on population. The state said.
Mr. Clark, how much do you make?
All right, Randall, I think you got something to say. Come on down, Randall. Randall Ball's got something you want to say. Yes, sir.
They don't have to take the wages that the state recommends. In fact, they can take a cut in pay, just like these people right here. They get $100 every time they meet.
More than that.
More than that now? They don't have to take that. If he gets over $100,000 a year for managing the state, the county, which he ain't no manager. So we need some cuts in pays.
You manage our county and you let the sheriff,
And we need
you let that go
to
on over
get
there
rid
in
of some
jail?
of this stuff.
I ain't here to defend nobody. Would you take his sheriff's job for his pay? You're asking him to take less. Would you take his job?
For what he's done,
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for John, but he's failed us. Now that's just God's honest truth.
Well, he didn't make.
When he's letting people fight in the, I know a man that he hired.
I'd say he'll be one of the few reelected.
He didn't do his background check on the man. Yeah, you know, and Mr. Duke.
Did you want to address it?
I know the man's dad. He's one of the lawsuits that you had, and you shouldn't have hired him to start with. You didn't do your background check.
The county attorney will explain how the state does this right quick, so you all know for sure how it works. Mrs. Lily Ann Sells, she's the county attorney.
I'm the county attorney. My name is Lily Ann Sells, and the state of Tennessee sets the salaries for elected officials, like the sheriff, like the tax assessor, the register of deeds. The salaries for those people are set. The county does not, that doesn't come from county taxpayers.
Yeah, but the people that don't have to take that kind of money, they take less.
They can take less if they would.
But that's a mistake. Okay, all right, Brandon, go ahead. Please, conduct the meeting, please.
I'm Randall Walsall from the 3rd District. I'd like to get Jesse and Ms. Gail Cowan, they're the two commissioners. I'd like to, for the BB team from Wilson Elementary to come forward.
Don't be bashful.
Stand right here. Folks, these kids right here go to Wilson Elementary, which is, everybody knows, our poorest school in the county. They've been doing this BB team for 2 years. They leave next week to go to Arkansas for the national finals. And that's Miss Alyssa Anderson, one of our 4-H leaders, which does a super job. And I've got a check here from the county on behalf of Mayor Barlow and all the commissioners to present to Ms. Anderson for the 4-H to use as she sees fit.
Bring all hands, folks. Again, ladies.
If y'all didn't know, their school resource officer, Alan here, he was awarded School Resource Officer of the Year for the state just the last few weeks.
Thank you all. Wish you all the best of luck. We really do. Hope you have a good time. Bring back the trophy to Wilson for us, please. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. Number 5, approve the minutes for May 13th, Tennessee 2024 County Commission meeting. Need a motion by Robbie Melton. Got a second by Roger Carr. Any discussion? Any changes?
I disapprove of that, because that goes back to the health department. We voted on the bill, is that what you're on?
No, we're on,
Okay.
we're on 5. Is there anything else? All 4?
Six.
All 4?
Aye.
All 4 motion carried.
No.
Who voted no? Steve voted no there. 1 no. All right, number 6, approve the minutes for May 28, 2024, special call county commission meeting. Need a motion and a second. Motion by Jesse Bowman.
I'll second.
Like a second. We get a second, and then you can ask the question. Randall? All right, go ahead, Joe.
That's the meeting where we approved a lot of additional land, right?
Yeah. You like to speak up, we're back in here.
That is the meeting that was special call where we talked about buying the extra land.
That's
Is
correct.
that correct?
That's correct.
So that's what we're doing.
Voting.
Yes.
Right, we're voting on the,
Or we're just voting on the minutes.
Minutes.
we're voting on the minutes, but if you want, if you got anything you want to add to the minutes or take away from the minutes, you can do it at this time.
Can we rescind our vote on buying that additional land?
Can.
You don't approve minutes.
All right, wait just a second.
You hear what Greg said?
What?
You don't approve the minutes, it doesn't pass.
Right.
If you don't approve the minutes, it don't pass.
Let me go ahead and.
So just vote no on the minutes.
You can, yeah. Go ahead, Greg, explain.
Well, I had Miss Lily Ann Schultz check on the property, and she sent me a response from, what is it, Attorney Jeff Master from CTAS. And my point was that I talked to a commissioner in Putnam County, and as far as surplus property, at first, what happened, from what I understand, I wasn't here on the meeting that voted to pass it for the extra 6 acres. But from what I understand, it's a federal grant. We looked at the proposal on it, that does the grants on it. You've got it wasn't incorporated into the development plan, but only 5 acres, so they said they couldn't purchase anything except 5 acres. So then, and I'm not sure how we had it structured for the 12, I'm not sure if that's a deal closer or not with this individual. It could possibly be. My concern is that we shouldn't be buying surplus property that we don't have a purpose for.
Exactly.
If it was slotted for that, and I said if the federal government balks on it, we should balk on it too. And it's commercial property. Now, there's a difference between commercial property and industrial development property. We can purchase industrial development property for future industrial development. And we can purchase, from what I understand, we can purchase commercial property. The attorney, he advised that for speculative purposes or investment properties, we don't have that authority. However, well, my point is that's $440-something thousand. It's going to be 10 extra pennies on the tax. I probably won't be able to vote for it, guys. I'm going to recommend it. It'd be different at times, but we didn't have a purpose slated for it. We may have to go back, and the fact is, it may cost us more money to go find another piece of property somewhere else for the health department. But the health department's got $1 million
Yeah.
grant, which we were one out of 11 counties that got that.
So why can't we refurbish where it is?
You can, but you won't get the full 6-point-something million, and we're refurbishing an old building, so you're turning, it's tax dollars, but you're turning back federal tax dollars that would be coming into the county for a brand new building. But, that's the decision that they need to make. That's where I'm at on that, on the motion. And,
You done great.
yeah.
Go ahead, Lee.
Yeah, that's pretty much summed it up. What I wanted to say too, he summed it up, but that vote that was done on that property was done when several of us were out of town, and the county mayor knew we were out of town when he voted on it, and knew our. And I didn't think we got to spend it. We're asking the taxpayers for extra money now, and then we're gonna turn around and take that money and buy property with it. It's just not good. Not good
All right, so according to what we've been told, you have something, Linda?
Yeah.
Okay. That if you vote no on it, then the minutes are not ratified, and then it passes, it doesn't pass, it goes back to, the committee, to discuss again and reevaluate, okay? If you vote yes, then your vote to approve the minutes, vote no for the, to fail, okay? Clerk, call the roll.
Greg Nivens,
No.
Darwin Clark,
No.
Gil McCowen. No. Cindy Robbins.
No.
Donna Savage.
No.
Shane Walker. Robbie Melton.
No.
Jeff Long.
No.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
No.
Philip Talley.
No.
Geraldine Walker.
No.
Jake Bowman.
No.
Roger Carr.
No.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Clerk?
413 no.
13 no. Minutes failed. All right, number 7, consider approval for 2025 technology grant up to $20,000 with a 50% local match approved by the budget. Need a motion and a second. Would anybody like to explain the technology grant? Stephen, would you like to explain that?
This is the grant they do every year on the technology grant, if I'm not mistaken, am I correct? It's the technology grant's 20% or $20,000, 50% local match. I'm sorry, I'm overheated right now.
We are too.
It's for technology support at
The library. The library.
For the library, technology support the library, and they apply every year. All right, need a motion and a second. Got a motion for Randall Baldwin. Second by Cindy. Clerk, call the roll.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Who made the motion second on that?
Motion by Randall Baldwin, second by Cindy Robbins. Thank you. Number 8, consider approval for the following quarterly school reports and school budget amendments. General Purpose Fund 141, amendment number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Federal Project Fund 142, amendment number 8 and number 9. Central Cafeteria Fund 143, amendment number 2. And Education Department Service Fund 156, amendment number 1. So the Education and the Budget Committee approved those amendments. That's just the end of the year school quarter reports they submit each year. They have to amend where they had overruns or underruns, so we have to approve it each year. So got a motion by Geraldine Walker. Second by Jeff Long. Clerk, call the roll.
Greg Nivens.
Oh, yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy. Lee Richards.
Yes.
Philip Talley. Geraldine Walker. Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Roger Carr. Randall Boswell.
Yes.
All four, motion carried. Number 9, consider approval for the following budget amendment. General Fund 101, amendment number 10. General Fund 101, amendment number 11. Solid Waste Fund 116, amendment number 2. Highway Fund 131, amendment number 2. And Capital Projects Fund 178, amendment number 2. And of course, those are all the county amendments for the end of the year. You know, we all have to project where we're gonna be before the end of June, before we start the new fiscal year, and that's what these amendments are for. Need a motion? Got a motion by Donna Savage. Do I have a second? Got a second by Cindy Robbins. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker. Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton. Shane Walker. Donna Savage. Cindy Robbins. Gil McCowen. Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
All four, motion carried. Number 10, consider approval for salary schedule for 24-2025, approved by the Salary and Budget Committee. Need a motion and a second. Now, this will be the salary schedule that was proposed for the new year. Need a motion and a second. If there's no motion, then this will fail. If there's no motion or a second.
What is it now?
It's the salary schedule for 24-25, but the whole county schedule, salary schedule.
Cost of living increase.
Pardon?
That includes the proposed cost of living increase.
I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion by Randall Ball, second by Jesse Bowman. Clerk, call the roll.
Greg Nivens.
No, right now.
Darwin Clark.
No.
Gil McCowen. No. Cindy Robbins. No. Donna Savage. No. Shane Walker.
No.
Robbie Melton.
No.
Jeff Long.
No.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
No.
Philip Talley.
No.
Geraldine Walker. Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
11 no, 4 yes. Motion failed. Now let me get back to the consider approval for the Chamber of Commerce to use hotel motel funds in the amount of $2,250 approved by the budget committee. Need a motion and a second. And those are tourism dollars, what they are.
That's for match. That's for a grant match.
It's a grant match, excuse me, thank you. Got a motion by Robbie Melton. Second by Donna Savage. Call the roll, please, clerk.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker. Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton. Shane Walker.
Yes.
Donna Savage. Cindy Robbins. Gil McCowen. Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Hey, can I,
All four. Motion
Hang on.
carried. Pardon?
what did you say 22,000?
No, $2,250.
No,
You said 22,000.
Did I say 22?
I was just getting up to
Thank you for
correct
clarifying.
because I heard 22,000.
2,000.
That's all right.
Ran together. No, $2,250.
Okay.
They all run together. Getting honest. All right, number 12. Consider approval for the following resolution and budget for 2024-2025. Appropriating resolution number 24-0624-01. I assume we're running these all together, so. a resolution fixing the tax levy at, number 2224-02.
That's the property tax, fix the tax levy.
All, yes, that'll be the tax, yes.
That's how I can hear.
What's that, huh?
Is that the tax, the property tax increases on the 12?
That'll be in there, yes, that's correct.
Okay.
All right. That's number 2024-06, 24-02. Nonprofit resolution number 2024-0624-03. Then we'll have general fund 101, courthouse and jail maintenance fund 112, solid waste fund 116, drug fund 122, American Rescue Plan fund 127, highway fund 131, general department service fund 151, general purpose fund 141, school federal project fund 142, central cafeteria fund 143, education department service fund 156, education capital project fund 177, other capital project fund 178, other capital project funds 179, Overton County Health and Rehab, Overton County and Ticket 911, and approved. This has been approved by the budget. Need a motion and a second.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
We can't vote on this because since number 10 is turned down because this budget has the rates, we'll have to go back and revisit revisit this budget, so.
Yes, the salary.
Because it's got the salaries and since,
The land.
number 10 didn't have that. Salary, we can't vote on the budget, so it's got the salary.
So what you're saying is, what you're just talking about right there, that's what the property tax is going for, right? You can't vote on the property tax now because.
Because they turned down the salary, scale.
Okay, so in other words, we didn't make it tonight for nothing, so someone left out something.
Hold on. Thank you, Judge. Lynn, any discussion about that?
We need to know when that.
Well, I was gonna say, if the audience, if somebody wants to speak, they need to come up and,
Yeah.
and introduce themselves and speak to the
Yeah.
county commission. We don't need to be interrupted from the people in the audience.
And we'll get that at the.
They want to know about
Wait
the
just a
salary
second,
schedule,
We'll get you up here in a minute.
can you still vote on the budget?
The question then is that with, Randall, and I agree with Randall, if they vote down the salary schedule, then this is the portion of the budget that we're gonna be voting on, and that's a part of the budget, so. do
I
we
think you're gonna have to pass that.
Pass that, okay, that's what I thought. All right, we'll pass number 12 and send it back to the committee, okay? All right, number 12 will pass, send it back to the budget committee. All right, number 13, consider approval for county to pay up to $617.23 for health insurance per month, effectively July through November 2024, and up to $680 health insurance per month, effective December 2024 through June 2025, for the county and the solid waste employees. No charges for the highway employees. County pays 100% of the individual and 80% of the family coverage, approved by the Salary and Budget Committee. We need a motion and a second. Got a motion for Roger Carr. Got a second for Randy Baldwin. All right, call the roll, clerk.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Norwood Clark.
Yes.
Gil McCowen. Yes. Cindy Robbins. Yes. Donna Savage. Yes. Shane Walker. Robbie Melton. Yes. Jeff Long.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Phil Talley.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker. Yes. Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Yes, on pass.
14, 4, and 1 pass. Motion carried, all 4. Number 14, consider approval for highway bids number 2024 and 2025 through list attached, approved by the budget committee. Of course, this is where the annual, that the highway department bids out all of its RS2, gravel, and all that each year. So, that's got a motion by Randall Boswell. And that's, y'all have to ratify it. Got a second by Patrick McCurdy. Clerk, you call the roll.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton. Shane Walker.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Gail McCowen.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
All four motion carried. Number 15, consider approval for Jones Brothers to perform bridge work on Wendell Community Road, approved by the Highway and Budget. Now, Jones Brothers is gonna do the complete rebuild, tear down rebuild of the Wendell Community Road. It's been built for over 70 years. This is a 98% grant that is through the high priority bridge program. And so the state will be paying 98% of it. We have to come up with 2%, which is, it's probably, it ain't over but like $15,000. So, and that'll be paid out of the highway, out of the highway budget. So, it'll be, I'm not sure when it's gonna start. We'll announce it in the paper when we get ready to close it. That way everybody will know that the bridge is gonna be closing down for a complete rebuild, tear down and rebuild. So, we need to approve Jones Brothers as the construction bidder who won the bid. So I need a motion and a second. Got a motion to Philip Talley? Do I have a second by Randall Baldwin? Clerk call the roll, please.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Gail McCowen.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Jess Bowman.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
All four motion carried. Number 16, consider approval for veteran service officer to go from part-time to full-time, approved by the salary and benefits.
I'll make it look.
Got a motion by Jesse Bowman. Got a second by Patrick McCurdy. Call the roll, clerk. Lee?
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Gail McCowen.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Since we haven't got the budget settled yet, this will be increasing. We're voting to pay for this right now, the extra 2 days in there. Even though the veterans, there's nothing, veterans been, they don't get enough service from us.
They just said they're moving from part-time to full-time.
We don't do enough. I'm gonna end up voting no on this just because that's extra money we're gonna have to come up with right now too. I'll end up voting.
We got one.
Yeah, I stay here over there.
13-4.
We got 13-4, 1 no, and 1 pass. Motion carried. Move her from part-time to a full-time status to help with the veterans. All right, number 17, consider approval for the following applicants to receive funding from the opioid settlement approved by the opioid committee. We've got Hope Center Ministries at $60,000, Celebrity Recovery $21,540, Housing Authority $175,000, Court Appointed Special Advocate Casa $10,000. And is there any, Donna, is there another one on here that should be on here?
The school is not on here.
The
which,
school?
We approved for them to get $23,350.
How much?
$23,315.
We need
And
a,
I need to break this down because Cindy just asked me how come some got a lot more than others.
explain
Hope
that.
Center Ministries and Celebrate Recovery is not gonna take any type of funding that, the unrestricted, they wanted the unrestricted money, but they're faith-based. The restricted money, you have to use certain criteria for that. That's the reason why, some got more and some didn't. And that's all they asked for, to be honest with you. Yeah, this is not taxpayer money, it's just the opioid abatement settlement,
y'all remember,
Opioid crisis.
remember a few years ago, they sued pharmaceutical companies for the abuse of opioids. So this is what this is. We need to suspend the rules and add the school to this here, so I need a motion.
That was my question.
Go ahead.
Is this suspend the rules to add the schools? I'll make a motion with.
Got a motion, Randy Ball.
Just amend it.
In amount of $23,315. And Randall Ball made a motion to suspend the rule and add it to the agenda.
Mr. Carter, I speak, please.
Who seconded it?
Nobody yet. Chester, I'll let you talk at the end, is that okay?
If I had a rough day, I won't go home.
Oh.
I mean, I've been driving 200 miles to get
All
to
right,
work.
Chester, come on, step up there right quick.
First of all, I want to apologize to this lady right here for speaking out behind her back there. Okay? So what you're telling us is, we're not going to vote on our land taxes because of one amendment, then, but it has failed, right? And that was the salary, right?
Correct.
So you're not going to vote on this? When will this vote come up?
Come back up once it goes back to the budget committee, and then it'll have to be announced all over again. So it'll be known. When is that?
When?
You'll have to, Mr. Barlow will have to answer that.
Wednesday.
So it'll go back to the budget committee.
When it goes back,
Run up to look at it.
I'm not hiding, okay? I'm being very respectful. I've got a job to do too, but let me explain it just a little bit, okay? And I apologize. I understand that all of you here don't feel the same way as all the other ones here. I know, but that's fine. That's fine. We have our right to our own opinion. But this is the way the budget committee works. If it fails here, it has to go back again and be revisited. Then it has to go back in front of the whole commission again and be approved. Then it has to be ran in the paper for 10 days before it can be brought back to court. This is not my rules. This is the state of Tennessee.
No, right now. Go ahead, finish this.
We have until the end of August to get this passed. If we do not, the state will step in and do it for us. When
No,
the
we don't
state
need
steps
state.
in and does this,
Don't need to
they
stay.
will set it the way they see it, not us. And it could be a catastrophe. Your taxes could be $4 instead of $2.68, 267 point, or 2.6708. Thank you for your time.
All right, we're not gonna debate.
I've got one more thing to say in these people's defense. I've been beating them up, but look here. Your average apartment, one bedroom apartment in Nashville, Tennessee is like $1,400 a month. Okay? It's not that high here. If the state steps in, they're gonna look at the whole state.
Yes.
And that's where they'll pull it from.
Yes, you're exactly right, 100%.
They'll pull it from the whole state.
Now listen, everybody, at the end of the meeting, we'll let you all speak again, okay? All right, so let us get through the meeting first, and then you all can have another time to stand, okay? Is that all right? Because I'll make sure everybody gets the opportunity to speak again, okay? All right, now I've got a motion to suspend the rules, Randall Ball, to add the schools back to this. I need a second to suspend the rules. Got a second by Patrick McCurdy. All four to suspend the rules.
I can't hear nothing.
I'm sorry.
All the background noise, I can't hear nothing.
Y'all give us, let us do the business and then we'll let y'all talk, okay? All right. A motion by Randall Ball to suspend the rules and add the schools to the abatement settlement payout. We got a second by Patrick McCurdy. Now we need all four to suspend the rules. Those opposed? All four, motion carries. So we've added the schools back to the abatement portion of the opioid settlement. Now I need a motion to approve the following programs Got a motion by Robbie Melton, got a second by Donna Savage. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
This will all be on 17, correct?
Yes, it'll be on 17. And this is Robbie Melton, makes a motion, and second by Donna Savage.
Greg Nivens,
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
All four, motion carried. All right, number 18, consider approval to award 24-25 jail and senior center food and non-food bids to Industrial Wholesale Company, IWC, been approved by the Budget Committee. That was bid out and then received bids, and the IWC got a motion by Jeff Long. Got a second by Greg Nivens. Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Did we ever get the breakdown of the pricing on each individual thing?
It's the only bidder. They're the only bidder.
And no.
Say no, Shane.
No, and I'm not saying, we don't need to
Donna
provide food.
Savage.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear him.
I'm not saying we don't need to provide food for both of those departments. I'd just like to know the numbers before I vote.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
14-4 and 1 no. All right, number 19, consider approval for physical strength efficiency government physical confirmation letter for 2024-2025. It's a three-star program, and it's a requirement, and it's been approved by the Budget Committee. That's a grant that we get every year to help with applying for different types of programs through the state. So, got a motion by Geraldine Walker. Got a second by Philip Talley. Clerk, call the roll.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
Darwin Clark.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Robbie Melton.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Philip Talley.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
All four, motion carried. All right, number 20, consider approval for resolution number 2024-0624-04 to appoint and reappoint of the judicial commissioners, and that's been approved by the Public Safety Committee. As you all know, they're the ones that goes out at night to write the warrants, and all we're doing is reappointing them for the next year. So, got a motion by Robbie Melton. Got a second by Randall Baldwin. All four?
Aye.
Those opposed?
No.
We
I
got
passed on it.
one pass. Motion carried. All right. Number 21, acknowledge audit committee minutes from January 30 of 2024. Audit Chair Donna Savage discussed these items to the commission. So that's just an update. Does anybody have any question about those audit committee minutes?
I do. Why can't you get them?
Well, they're available. Anything's available. It's all
Oh, it's
public
not,
record.
it's been asked for.
You just have to go to the county exec's office to ask for any public
They
record.
have
Okay?
been, they've
Yeah.
been asked, but
Well,
they haven't given it.
honey, I don't know about that.
It's, the last time it was May of 23.
Okay, I'm not sure. We'll check over, okay? All right, number 22, consider approval for notaries at large. Eric, there was no vote on this. It's just,
No vote.
no, it just didn't any question. Number 22, consider approval for notaries at large. Erica Miller, which is new. Kenneth Dotson, the second, renewal. Nicole Cooper, renewal. And Taylor Ferris, new. Need a motion. I got a motion by Philip Talley. Got a second by Roger Carr. All four? Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. All right, number 23, Ms. Cantrell, you have anything this afternoon for the commission? No, Shannon, no? Okay.
Not today.
All right. Now, we're back to the, go ahead, Greg. Hold on. Hold on.
Guys, hold on, you see. Right now, if I've heard everybody right, you guys probably have a sales tax increase, right?
Yes.
No. Well, you'll get a chance to vote for it, because I'm gonna go ahead and propose that we put that on referendum for you all to vote for again.
Instead of the
And
property.
it'll go from 9.5 to 9.75.
That's not enough.
That's
not enough.
I have no money.
Yes.
What you can do is they're trying to fix everything. Hold on, guys. This is a good start. Hold on, guys. Let me talk. I know that tempers are high, and it's hot, and more it gets hot, the higher the temperature is. But, yeah, plus you take fixed play. But anyway, I wanna suspend the rules, and then I wanna make a motion, and we'll put that back on. It failed, 5 years ago?
No. 2 or 3 years ago.
Was it just 2 or 3 years ago? But that's, the sales tax is probably the most fair tax you've got. Everybody comes in, people from tourism comes in here from the state. That's the most fair tax that we've got. Property tax, that's not fair tax. No. That's income tax. Income tax is not a fair tax. User fee, user tax, I can choose on a sales tax. I can choose to go out here and eat steak and shrimp, or I can choose to go out here and buy cornbread and bread, beans and cornbread in it. You can affect that, but we'll be getting that in from everybody. And I'm gonna go ahead for this, and I'm gonna address you here in a few minutes about some other issues that it's before you give the general public, so we can get out here and get the, see if you need wins.
All right. Now, wait a minute, Greg. Okay, wait a second. Now, can we do that? Add that to suspend the rules and add there that Greg's proposing to propose a sales tax.
Yeah, it'll have to come back in July for, resolution.
Yes.
And I'll prepare that.
So do we need to do it that way, suspend it and add it? Okay.
Yeah.
Need a motion? Greg made a motion to suspend the rules to add sales tax. Got a second by Donna Savage. All for? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried.
Will that get on the ballot for the August election?
No, it'll be in the fall. It won't be in November, it'll be the next election.
Oh, let me address, focus on some other things, it's kind of missing.
This guy, he need to leave, aren't you? Or you need to leave?
Yeah, come up here.
Go ahead and say what you gotta say, then we'll let Greg finish.
David Hammond, Rick. That's what can we put him in charge of this committee here? I mean, that's what you gotta do, come up, that's what I was wanting to say earlier. Now that it is held off, can we not come up with a better idea than just trying to take an easy, lazy way out? Let's fix all our problems with just taxing the landowners. There's a lot more people in this county that ain't landowners. And so, tourism.
30%.
What do you say?
30% property owner, right? So you're gonna put it all on our backs. That's just lazy.
Well, that's the structure they played us with.
Yeah, but you got all this time to figure this out now, which ain't a lot of time, I understand, you got other stuff to do. But let's come up with other, just like that idea, just come up just like that. We just had that idea,
I'd like to
simple.
see the wheel tax sticker. Everybody has hit me up about the wheel tax sticker with the schools. I'd like to see it go on a referendum and the people vote on that, and that way that money's earmarked for.
Let's put it up.
For but again, it takes 2 years for that too. It won't be on this ballot, it'll be on the 2026 ballot.
There's no way to fast track it. See, that's something, that's not our fault, that's something you guys should have done 2 years ago.
We tried it 2 years
Did you?
ago.
Did it go? Well, it ain't as dire now that we know what we're in for. I think you'll get a few more votes. But I mean, come up with some solution, you got time.
All right, Greg, let's just finish up. You got the floor.
Okay, folks, listen to me for a second. You guys have brought up a lot just sales tax, 3% increase. I'm not sure if that's what it is. If it is, it's high. I've got my property. I live in an old farmhouse. I've got 40-some acres. It's an old house. I don't pay a lot of taxes on it. I done an assessment on my property. I paid, if it went through the 2.67, it'd be about $100 increase. I had done a buddy of mine, his was, he built one close to 600,000, 525,000. From this year to next year, that property would increase about $425. And he complains about it, and that's a lot of money, but we're talking about it's a $500,000 piece of property too. I said, I've watched you sit there and spend $400 on ammunition at the sports complex. Yeah, I'm not talking about, that's what I'm assessing on.
I understand that, but if you were reassessed like your friend who had a $500,000 property, what would your property be worth?
I have no idea.
It would probably be worth a hell of a lot more than $500,000.
Greg,
I got a two-hole
Greg.
house.
But I understand.
we need to vote on your.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We're not voting on it yet.
We
So.
don't wanna sell our
Yeah,
property.
I know.
All right, we got a motion, we got it approved, suspend rules and add, sales tax to the next, official ballot on the next election, official election, okay? All right, yes to go ahead, no to not do it, so clerk call the roll.
Randall Boswell.
Yes.
Roger Carr.
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
It's going from 9.25 to 9.5, so.
No,
Nine,
that's
five, nine,
9.75?
it'll be the same as cookies.
Yes.
Bill Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
I had a question. The .25, is that all gonna come to the county, or does some of that go to the state and schools also? It all goes to the school.
Everybody will get their piece of the pie.
The city will get part of it, it's wherever,
County.
it's wherever the sales go.
Yeah.
If they sell it in town, it goes to the cities, if we sell
So-
outside the
so-
county in the dollar stores, we get that.
So, I think it's one of the solutions, but it sounds like it's not going to cover, what we need.
City tax already there, and it already that way to the city.
I don't know.
So, and that's what people understand, is there are certain laws in place, restrictions that even if we raise money, we cannot allocate it for the things we need to. I'll vote yes.
Okay. Patrick, it's up to you. You're, yes or no?
I said yes.
Okay.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Tommy Melton.
Yes.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Don Savage.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Howard Clark.
Yes.
Craig Nivens.
Yes.
All right, motion carries. So there'll be we'll work toward, we'll get with the county attorney, drop a resolution for the next, election that we have, large election we have at the county level. Okay. All right, now we're at the end of the meeting. You got anything else? Lee's got something, and then Greg, I'll let you
Yeah, let me
talk.
try something.
Go ahead, Lee.
I'd like to address, well, thank you for coming in here, voicing your opinions. I've heard a lot of comments, we ain't gonna get voted in. Well, if you decide not to vote us in, that's your prerogative. So,
You vote for the
but,
tax to be voted out.
that's fine, that's fine. But,
Might as well go ahead and
but
sign.
you need to come to the meetings. If y'all wanna come and complain at the very end of it, when we've already settled everything, those county meetings go on all the time. You all need to come to them and listen to what's going on and voice your opinion in, so we can vote better. That's what we want you to do. We want you to come. We want you to voice your opinion, because you all put us in these positions.
We'll come when they fix the air conditioning.
We don't have the money.
Well, not only that, you need to have
Oh,
Let
Greg.
him finish. Hey,
Hey.
let him finish.
If you want to address this, you need to step up here.
I'll stand up.
I'm gonna step up here.
It's not your turn.
Wait, just a minute. Wait. Let's finish, Lee.
They can line up.
Line up right there.
Yeah, they can just line up.
Right there.
I don't want any decision going up. But we got to do something for the sheriff's department and EMS. So we're gonna have to come up with some kind of resolution to get them more money. John, how many deputies are you down, about 6?
6 patrolmen, and as of today, I couldn't tell you how many.
So let me ask you, when somebody's kicking in your door and you call the sheriff's department and say, come get me, come help me, I can't. I only got 2 deputies on duty and they're on other calls. It'll be an hour. Or your mother's laying there. Please, let me finish. Let me finish. Or your mother's laying there and she needs an ambulance and the ambulances can't get to you because they don't have help. We're training these people to go to other counties. We don't need to be doing that. We need to get this pay comparable. You have better pay, you attract better people. You have better people here, then it's a win-win for everybody. Is that correct? So we've got to get somebody to help. So the only way that we propose to do that was to hike the taxes up. I don't want to hike the taxes up.
Well, 35%.
No, I don't want to go 35% at all. I don't, okay? So the taxes in 2020 were 2.25. Were they not, Connie? During COVID, just before COVID, they were 2.25?
They have been 2.25.
And we dropped it down to 1.9. So if we went back to that, would everybody be satisfied? What we were paying prior? Would that
You
be
can't do
okay?
it without not knowing the numbers on
Well,
what we do.
yeah, I know that, but I'm just trying to get some kind of resolution here to make everybody happy.
Line up over here, if you got a
And
question.
to get our sheriff's department what he needs. It's a tough job. I've been through it. I went to the police academy, spent 10 years doing that. It's a tough job. He's got a tough job on his shoulders. Whether you think so or not. It's easy to say, well, you know what, but the state does set his salary. And I hate to be in his shoes right now. He gets 100 phone calls a day, at the very least.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to address the commission and the group, line up right here at the podium. We'll be taking those people that line up at the podium.
But thank you all for letting me speak.
Robbie Laverne is down right here. Robbie.
I'll do my best for y'all.
Come on, Robbie. Go ahead, sir. State your name.
Bruce Dillon.
Who? Bruce. Hey, Bruce, how are you?
Good, good. I'm voting for you.
Thank you, sir.
I've got a problem, people. We've got county commissioners really don't know what they're talking about. They run their mouth, they shouldn't be, about things they shouldn't be running about. We need more training in jail. The officers in jail, sure, they probably need more money, but they also need training in knowing what to do. If they knew what to do, this wouldn't have happened to start with. That's the way I look at it.
We watched that video.
I'm talking.
We watched that
It
video.
don't matter.
And we didn't see no negligence, but it wasn't
Well,
our
how come
decision.
we paying them?
It was the state's decision.
It's not the state's decision. We got
It was the
lawyers,
court's
we got
decision.
courts, we got everything else to fight.
We live in an unfortunate society where everybody's sued happy. The
Hold on.
state.
Let him finish.
We also live in a society where nobody won't turn the air conditioner on and burn us all up in here, keep your mouth shut. That's the way I look at it.
Turn the heat up so y'all lose.
I haven't sweated like this in 20 years. I just wanna know something. What's your name?
Lee Richards.
Lee Richards? I guarantee you won't be elected next time. I'll guarantee you, I'll make sure you don't. And I guarantee this man right here won't be
I'm in
neither.
the city.
That's
First
fact. Thank you.
All right.
What is your name?
Ronell Rebels. I'm in his district. I feel that we shouldn't have a raise on the officers, because aren't we gonna eventually pay that in the $1 million lawsuit? All of us are gonna be paying the $1 million for losing that person in jail. So why do we have to pay them more when we are already taking on their debt that we didn't vote on to pay that $1 million or whatever it was that we have in the unlawful debt?
Thank you. Come on up, Robbie.
I guess my question is, why don't we figure out how much we owe on this wheel tax sticker? Does anybody know?
You want me to explain the wheel tax sticker?
Does anybody know what the amount is?
Chris, what is it, 13? Chris, 14?
14 million? So how did that go from 4 million high school to 14 million?
It's a building program. We either borrow the money and do it that way, and you pay for it through property tax, or you pay through a wheel tax. It goes to the building program.
Yes.
None of us in 1976 voted to put the wheel tax on.
But it's still here.
My dad said in '76, they said, first of all, he said, we built that school over there in a swamp. And he said, that wheel tax, he hit Liv Gore up and told Liv, he said, that wheel tax will never come off.
That's right.
And he's right, but at the time, I hadn't been on the county commission. Since what we have to do with the schools, and it's by state law, folks, we have to maintain a maintenance of effort. That maintenance of effort includes the wheel tax that goes for the building programs. So if we do not pay for that through the wheel tax, it's gonna have to be paid through the property tax.
So
That's just
all the
how it
rest of
is.
the counties have that same wheel tax?
Yeah, all through the state.
All
All
through
through
the
the state
state.
has to follow the same.
And we will never
Same
get
thing.
rid of that, pay that loan off.
You'll never, when you get a wheel tax on, you'll never get rid of a wheel tax unless they flip it
You
to the
don't know how
property
much
tax.
money's coming in from that wheel tax sticker?
Can you
And
tell us-
all that
Can
money?
you tell us, Chris, how much property tax?
About 700,000.
700,000 a year.
A year?
About.
It's over 700,000.
Yeah, multiply that times 48.
Yeah, I know, but you hear what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, that's over 62 million.
But you understand what I'm saying?
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it's right.
That's just what we do.
That was done.
You're asking the question.
Y'all do stuff backwards up here.
All right, folks, we got it. Mr. Tuttle, so to speak. Folks?
My name's, thank you, appreciate it. My name's Matthew Tuttle. Of course, many of you all know I'm the chairman of the Republican Party here. I'm also with the District Attorney's Office. And of course, I'm not speaking for my office in any way, but this kind of gives you a little perspective from where my mind is as we look at this issue. As for the statements about our law enforcement officers, I work with law enforcement officers in multiple counties, as this is a multi-county district. And Overton County is blessed with the quality of law enforcement that we get for the amount that we pay them. There isn't a single municipality or county around us that pays less than what we do. It's just a fact. And our law enforcement goes above and beyond in what they do with the resources that they're given. Now, I mentioned my political affiliation just to go to the point of this principle of fiscal responsibility. We have to be smart about how we approach these fiscal issues, and just allowing something to go untouched because it's politically expedient is not the route to go. We have a problem. We need a solution. Now, the solution may not be such a large property tax increase. I understand how some would have issues with that. But we're going to get a referendum on sales tax. That's a good thing. There was a conversation about bringing our property tax back up to the previous levels. Fact of the matter is, we have a number which we have to meet. It's not pleasant, but we have to meet that number. So now we have to get to that dollar amount. And fact of the matter is, Overton County, I believe, if my statistics serve me right, is the 5th lowest tax county in the state. That's a good thing, but not when you're running a massive deficit and have massive issues meeting the obligations of the county.
How long do we have to pay that $1.3 million? 8 years.
And for that, I can tell you, not as a civil attorney, but as someone who went through law school, there are many, many, many reasons on how that could have went the way that it went. I watched the video too, like Mr. Richards. I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but the courts see things how they wish. But I'm telling you from what I observed in that, the fact no charges came from that should tell you what you need to know as far as the legality of it. Personally, Matthew Tuttle speaking. Not anymore. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys for trying to find a solution. The solution that you had isn't going to work, but you need the involvement of the entire community to come up with a solution that will work. And rather than us complaining, I hope you'll see us as partners as we try to solve this problem. Thank you, guys.
Michael Trainer, Livingston. I fully appreciate what y'all tried to do. I agree that we need to have increased wages, we need financial, fiscal responsibility. But having a huge draconian tax thrown at us at one time is not the way to do it. If you want it to split it up, maybe a little bit of sales tax, maybe a little bit of tax on people renting houseboats and renting out rental properties on the lake. Maybe a little bit of several different things. You know, I didn't hear anybody saying exactly how much revenue do we need to make. You know, I mean, you say 35% tax. I mean, forever. I mean, what is that? We need to know, what do we need? Okay, what do we have to reach our needs? And then fashion maybe a group of taxes to meet those needs. Maybe we need to do 1% every other year to let people get used to it, instead of sitting here wanting to throw a 35% tax on it all at once. But whatever the solution is, it can't be we already pay a pretty darn high sales tax. And just saying, you know, oh, let's throw another 0.25% on or whatever. I mean, how much does that generate, and how much do we need to generate? We shouldn't be doing more than we need to achieve our goals. And if we need 6 new officers, that may be fine if that's what we really need. But the taxes should be tailored to meet the goal. We don't need just a one thing fits all. And that's all I have to say on the issue. I hope you guys think a little bit out of the box instead of just a one thing or the other. You know, maybe a little bit of several different things. Thank you.
I had made up my mind I wasn't gonna get back up here, but when they started talking about a quill tax sticker, here I go again. I have no kids, I have no grandkids. Why should I be paying for a school that I don't get no use out of? But I've paid it every year. I buy 2 of them. But I talked to one of the county commissioners, and I said, why don't we think of zoning these schools instead of adding on to the schools and make these kids go to the school in their district that they're supposed to go to? Yeah. Because ain't none of them around here made a living playing basketball or football. I mean, you know, and that would be a way to save money instead of building onto a school just because them kids would go there. Keep hollering Putnam County. Putnam County owns their schools. You go to school in the district that you live in, or you don't go. And that's the way it needs to be here. And then we won't be adding on to this school or that school. Take care of the schools we got.
That's the school board. They make that decision. It has nothing to do with the county commission.
So,
The
but
school
you
board
know,
will be addressed
yeah.
with that.
But
it's a good point.
Yeah.
Valid point.
Yeah, I mean, you know, look how much money it would save us. Because they don't make a living playing basketball or football, you know? But no, I don't have no kids. I don't have no grandkids. You all are discriminating against me for making me pay it, but I'll keep paying it. Thank you for tonight.
My name's Elliot Bowman, 1st District. How many of us here think that the federal government is ran in a good manner? Anybody agree with that? What's their solution every time there's a deficit? Raise taxes, right? Well, a bunch of folks in here were that quick to think, oh, well, let's not do the land tax, let's raise our sales tax. Is that going to solve a problem? No. We don't know exactly how much we're in debt, right? We don't know how long the increase is gonna last. But keep in mind, anytime you think, oh, well, let's do this tax instead of that tax. How many more people do we have in this town than we used to have? It's always increasing, right? Generally, cost of goods is always increasing. A percentage-based tax should never go up because it goes up naturally every year. If TV cost $500 last year and it costs $700 this year, that's going to increase the revenue from that sale. Okay? Multiply that by every single sale out there. Rent income, land taxes, because property values are going up, right? Percentage-based taxes should not go up. The only real answer to solution, or the only solution to this, is to do without. We yell it at our TVs every time we look at the news and see the government in some mess. They need to do without all these programs. Okay? You can't just keep increasing taxes, folks. You got to do without.
Can I say a little something there? We've not had a tax increase in over 9 years.
As it should be.
Raising taxes.
That's good.
So I'm just letting you know that in 9 years, we've not raised any taxes.
What kind of taxes are you talking about? Well, I'm telling you, it needs to affect everybody in this county. It needs to affect everybody in this county, not just the landowners. Because we got sorry people out there that won't work. They're bumming off the county. They're bumming off their family. But they wouldn't hit a lick at a snake. And they go and they do dope. They sell dope. They do all this stuff. And they need to be paying too.
How do we extract the money out of them?
Well, they buy food, they buy drinks, they buy clothes.
Tax on the dope.
Well, John, we don't
And I know you're not from Tennessee because you ain't been here that long.
You know, ma'am, I'm not originally from here. But how old are you? You've had all these years to
I've
fix
been
this
here all
problem,
my life.
and
I'm
trying
68
to.
years old, and I will not vote for you. I didn't vote for you to start with.
That's okay. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Because you're a yes man.
Ms. Lois, let me explain on this. Property tax that we, our budget that we went through, it's not elaborate. It's bare bones for what we've done year to year to year. Each office we went through each office. The only thing that we've increased anything on any office is something that's needed. I think like Carol Boone needed $5,000 for a new GIS program that she has to have, a few computers. And we're not being able to retain our employees. We're losing. We're losing EMS to people like Wilson County that pay $75,000 a year for EMS. The sheriff's department's deputies can walk across the road over there to the city. They'll make $3 more an hour than what we're paying them right now. And then, but we went through it. We have went through the budget, and there's no fluff at all. And I've done it, folks. I've done this for 24 years. I've never voted on an increase tax except once. I would. There's no choice on this one. We're going to have a tax increase by at least 33 cents to make up for that $1.3 million. Now you might as well just skip that in your pipe and smoke. You want the services? It's the same thing if we got sued at the nursing home.
Well, it's the same people, it's the people that did this, are they still employed at that place?
They didn't do anything
They
wrong.
didn't do anything wrong.
They did not do anything wrong.
If you not went through it,
Let him finish.
let me finish.
Let him finish, folks.
Let me finish on this. The sheriff's department, I'll take up for the sheriff's department. The city called them, there was a guy out here that was mentally inept, that they took him to the hospital. The hospital tried to get him into moccasin pen. They were 2 weeks out, if I'm not right. They were 2 weeks out. So they had no place else to take him, to keep him from hurting himself or somebody else, doing danger to himself, so they put him in the sheriff's department. They held him. He was in there trying to peel his eyeball out. if I'm not mistaken. And so they tried to restrain him, and what happened after that, we're not sure. He asphyxiated. Whether that was because of something he was on, or I can't blame it on the deputies. They were actually doing their job. There was no ill intent.
Well, so we don't know what happened to him.
But guys,
He may have a heart attack.
He did not.
We all can't
The
talk the
autopsy didn't say that.
Hold on, we all can't talk to. Go ahead, Greg, you got the floor.
but anyway, guys, let's not get off on a tangent. I do enough tangents myself. But anyway, what happened is unfortunate. We're in the period of George Floyd. The police departments and the police are being scrutinized. We're lucky we get anybody who wants to put in for law enforcement anymore. You have to give these guys a hand back here that want to sit here day in, day out, and put their life on the hands, going out here every day into domestic disputes. I mean, really, folks.
So does the EMTs.
The same as the EMT.
That's right, they all put their life on the line.
But the fact is, we wouldn't have a raise if it wasn't for that unfortunate incident. You've got attorneys out here that look, they're like, don't need to slam you, Pat, but anyway, you've got people that they're out here like land sharks, so they see something like that and they're swimming in the water to come and get lawsuits at the counties. They seen us coming. We couldn't, if we'd have ended up not taking the recommendations that our attorney told us to take, we have to take the recommendations. It hurt me. It graded me something else.
Who's the attorney? Who's the attorney?
It's the insurance.
It's the insurance. Robin Williams.
That's because they're your paid.
But anyway,
We should have went to
We didn't have a
trial.
let's not go off on it.
I'll let it finish.
But anyway, that's the responsibility that we assume when we got. You're gonna have the same liability over here with a county-owned nursing home. You got the same liability that something happens here if an EMS, we don't have enough personnel in EMS to get there in a certain time, and your parent dies and they decide to sue you because your response time is slow. We're already, we want and it's like I told a buddy of mine, I said, we're all willing to sit here and want the services, but we're not willing to pay for them. We have no choice, folks. We have no choice except that. We are, that's us. And I'm sorry, but the county does not have a rainy fund.
The video wizard.
You guys have you guys and us, we're the rainy day fund.
That should go to the woman because she raised the child. She should stay in the hospital.
They should have stayed in the hospital, but they wouldn't take it. But anyway, I'm trying to take up, and Stephen Barlow's took up beating, he's been beaten to death tonight. And I think this makes the 5th county executive I've been through. Our budgets haven't looked hardly any different than what we've been set up with right here.
What does he make?
That's beside the point. Yes, it is.
All right, we got some other
But anyway,
Greg, good job.
that's about all I've got on this. I hate it. It's not palatable. I don't like it.
Folks,
You look at it then.
all right, folks, let's try to do it. It's getting worse in your heat wise, so let's try to do it.
Okay.
A lot of you people's got a few more questions.
I'm through, Melvin.
Just let somebody finish speaking. Lloyd, are you done, Ms. Lloyd?
I just want everybody that's an adult in this county to have to pay.
Gotcha. Thank you, dear. Come on up, sir.
How's everybody? Hi, I understand. Jeremiah Laycock, guys, I live in Hillham, I own property in Island, Rickman, Hillham. Some commercial property, some rental property. I understand y'all has pushed back to the budget committee on the property tax. I can stand here and say you just like any other anybody that owns rental businesses, commercial property. You're not taxing me. I'm gonna write the check. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna pass it on. So the individuals here that's on a fixed income, I've got multiples. What are they gonna do? What are we gonna do for the homeless? Because it's coming. Next, as you said, put it in your pipe and smoke it, right? That's what made me get up here. We've got 15 commissioners and a county executive. How long are we gonna smoke that pipe? $1.3 million is what we're here for now, right? Next year, are y'all gonna make the motion to drop it back down?
Hopefully.
I've got one comment. You sat back here in the back row when somebody spoke and mumbled the entire time. Yes, sir. You have been extremely disrespectful to 90% of the people that's come up here. You sat here and mumbled just about everything anybody had to say.
I ain't done it.
Okay. Okay. I've sat here and I've watched it. But that's your opinion. Are you gonna vote to drop it?
I wasn't gonna vote for it anyway. I've never, in 14 years, I've been a county commissioner, I made a promise that I would never vote for a property tax increase or a pay increase, hang on a minute, for myself. And I wasn't gonna break that streak tonight. I haven't ever voted for a property tax increase, so therefore that's mine.
When it went across the budget in the last meeting, did you vote for it?
The budget committee or?
Yes, sir. Was you a part of the committee?
No.
No.
Who was?
That's all I was wondering there. I didn't know if you was on the committee or not. But my last thing I'm gonna say,
Hold on, folks.
the last thing I've gotta say, like I said, it's gonna be passed on.
Folks.
I can do one of two things.
Wait.
I've got storage buildings. I've got storage buildings in Overton County. It's based commercial. You done your assessment. Mine's going up approximately $1,400. I'm gonna pass that on to the general public. Or I'm gonna do one of two things. I'm gonna close that business. It's gonna become my personal buildings. You're not gonna get the property revenue that you was getting. I'm gonna go to a different county and I'm gonna build storage buildings. So here we are. You've got your thoughts about that. There's more ways around beating the dead horse. 3 or 4 months ago, there was a liquor tax on Old Gray, right? Everyone even voted against it.
No.
2 people, you're right. I'm sorry, you're right, you did. I agree with that.
That's for tax money.
You're begging for tax money. I get it. I don't drink. I don't agree with it. But everybody sitting here knows somebody that does. Do you think them not being able to get it in that establishment is going to keep them from being able to get it on the way, bring it with them? And if anybody's been to Old Gray and anybody knows Chris Landers, it's going to work. The man makes stuff work. It's going to grow. It's going to be big. There's tax revenue that can come from that. Why are we so opposed? I get it. I agree. It's a Bible Belt. I don't agree with the drinking. I don't drink, but it happens. It's 2024. Y'all want to come up to the level on that? We're going to have to get out of those thoughts. That's all I got to say.
Thanks, Jeremy. All right, thank you for this topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll close the meeting after this right here.
Thank you for listening to us.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
Every meeting I go to, I tell you this. Everybody knows where I live. I live in the old feed store. I had the coffee shop there. And I always tell people, please come see me. I have iced tea. I've got coffee. Come, talk to me. And I will be glad to explain why I vote the way I do. What the county commission can and cannot do, I think that's the biggest problem here, is we don't realize how our hands are tied when it comes to making a lot of decisions. But please, all these people, listen, we bicker in these places. Nobody wants to raise your taxes, and I certainly, nobody here wants their taxes raised either. Just a minute, Ed, just a minute. Let me finish.
Go ahead, but you voted for it.
These are fine people here. Nobody's selling out. Everybody's doing the best they can. Support them, but come talk to them. It's kind of late on the last day calling me at 9:30 at night and wondering if I'm really going to listen and be happy when you call 9:30 my home at Sunday night. I'm available any day, every day. Come see me and come see these people. These are fine people that have not sold out, and they're doing the best that they can, and we're doing the best we can to run the county where we can and to keep taxes low.
All right, our next meeting will be Monday, July the 8th, at 23:45 p.m. here at the courthouse. I wanna thank everybody for being here tonight.
Ambulance right off.
You gonna have it ready to
I
vote
don't
on
have
it?
none. Ambulance right off.
Yeah, did you get the addendum?
There's nothing on you, no, I don't have it. Hold on a second. We got one more order of business, folks, today. Pardon?
Three microphones, why are we not using them?
I don't know. I don't know why they're not on.
Okay.
Nothing works.
Sorry, I don't know.
Curious why we weren't using
I
them.
know we got still now in here.
All right. Okay, number 26.
Yeah.
All right, number 26 on the agenda here.
Addendum.
Add this to y'all's agenda. It says motion to add the ambulance write-off. Y'all see that on your, I didn't have it on mine. Got it. Make a motion by Randall to suspend the rules and add the ambulance write-off to the agenda. Oh, folks, oh, we need to finish up the business here.
We're still going through the business meeting, please.
Just give us a few minutes, let us finish the business, and then we all chat. All right, Randall made a motion to suspend the rules and add the ambulance write-offs to the agenda. We'll have a second. Got a second, Patrick McCurdy. All right. All right. All four?
Aye.
All four. Motion carries to add it to the agenda. All right, now, need a motion to approve the write-offs. Got a motion by Randall Boswell. Sorry, well, hold on. For the write-off, the motion to approve the write-off again. It's an annual thing we do, it's an annual thing we do each year. It's to those who can't pay. Got a motion by Randall Boswell, got a second by Roger Carr. Got it, huh? All four?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Well,
Well, we can do it, I don't, does it? All right, we'll back up and do a roll call. It just said voice call, I'm following the rules here. Will you please call?
Randall Boswell,
Yes.
Roger Carr,
Yes.
Jesse Bowman.
Yes.
Geraldine Walker.
Yes.
Phil Talley.
Yes.
Lee Richards.
Yes.
Patrick McCurdy.
Yes.
Jeff Long.
Yes.
Bobby Melton.
She had to leave.
Oh, so I don't want up on hers.
Just to pass.
Shane Walker.
Yes.
Donna Savage.
Yes.
Cindy Robbins.
Yes.
Gil McCowen.
Yes.
Charles Clark.
Yes.
Greg Nivens.
Yes.
All right, all motion carries of one pass and all four. All right. The next meeting will be July the 8th at 5 o'clock here in the courthouse. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Got a motion by Jeff Long, got a second by Philip Talley. All four? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming. We'll be